What's going on? Welcome to the Meta podcast, formerly known as the Facebook podcast. I'm Lincoln.
I'm ABomb.
We changed our name because we really felt like it reflected the company a lot better. So instead of being called, the Majestic Pumpkins podcast, we're going to call it the Meta podcast from now on.
Meta.
Just Meta podcast. Meta. What's going on? How are you? How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah?
Hallows Eve.
Oh, yes, Halloween. Can you tell me about Halloween? I'm just kidding. We're recording this early. It's technically not November yet because we're actually going to, on Monday, we're going to Edmonton. We're going to the first ever regular season Seattle Kraken game in Edmonton. We're going to go check that out and go see how.
I'm excited. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because you were saying that, weren't you saying that if you were going to support like a second team that you're like, yeah, you know what, like I could see myself supporting the Kraken.
I really thought you were going to be like, the Oilers.
Yeah. The Oilers.
No, you jerk.
Yeah, because predominantly you're a Flames fan.
I'm a Flames fan,
yeah,
100%. I've lived here my whole life. During that run that we had in '88, my mom actually got tickets. She worked at United Way, which is like they help. They're basically like a donation. I don't know. What is it called? Not a donation. A charity.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
charity.
yeah. Okay. Wait. I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Let's not gloss over this. So you're 9 years old.
Yeah.
And that was the year they won. Because they won it in 89.
88.
Oh, they won it in 88?
Oh, no, 89. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I'm thinking Olympics 88. So
yeah,
they won
I was going to say.
No, they won it in 89. Sorry, that was my bad.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I was born in 88, and I knew that the Olympics happened, and I'm pretty sure.
No, it's my bad.
That in 88, the Oilers won it, and in 89.
Yeah.
So she got tickets
Yeah,
in
my
89.
mom she worked at.
So you're 10 years old.
United Way, yeah. And so they got Flames tickets sometimes, and she ended up getting playoff tickets to go and see us play the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, my God.
At the Saddle Dome.
Oh, my God.
And it was just me and my mom. And the weird thing about that is that, like, we had never previously ever gone to a hockey game ever. She had never taken me to a hockey game ever. But for some reason, these tickets came across her lap.
How?
I don't know. She got them through work somehow. And I don't know how she got them, but she did.
That is insane.
So that's like a very memorable experience for me because it wasn't my first hockey game. It was my first like big playoff hockey game. And that was the first time I saw the the Saddle Dome packed.
Oh, yeah.
Because previously, like in the early, it wasn't always packed. So to have the stadium so packed, and we won the game, so that was great. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so yeah, it was a really cool experience. But yeah, I would cheer for the Kraken for sure. I think that if you're going to pick up a second team, it's easy. Now's a good opportunity.
No, and yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Sorry, I have more questions about going to a playoff game in the late 80s. Because that era of hockey obviously was unreal. Yeah. And the only reason I say that is because I'm an Oilers fan.
Yeah.
No, but
that was your decade for sure.
No, but so hold on. What year was the Saddle Dome built?
It was built just before the Olympics.
Yeah,
it was for the Olympics, basically.
No, I knew that.
Everything was in the Big Four previously.
Oh,
that's where I used to go to hockey games. Well, that's where I went to the previous hockey games.
Well, the hockey was done in the Corral.
Corral, yes.
That's what you meant. Oh, they built it in 83. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Flames have been in there since the 83 then, or
I thought it was in 88 that they built it. My bad.
No, they said no, it says October 15th, 1983, the doors to the Saddle Dome officially opened. So we're coming up on 40 years. That's crazy.
That's an old-ass stadium.
That is crazy.
I know they said that, though, that we have still one of the oldest obviously other than Madison Square Gardens, but we have one of the oldest stadiums.
Madison Square Garden is probably the oldest.
Never going to change.
No, it's probably the oldest arena in the NHL, and that will never change.
Yeah.
Have you? Because I've been to MSG twice, I think.
I have gone to look around on the inside, but I never went for a game or
Was
anything.
it fully remodeled when you went? Because when I've only ever seen it since they did the last renovate. Because we walked in, and their like front lobby area is like Italian marble.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Okay.
It is so nice.
When was the last time you were there?
I want to say it was 5 years ago.
Okay.
I want to say
Mine's
2016.
longer ago, probably like 2000.
But the first time I went was probably 2015, 2014.
Yeah.
No. I'm wrong on that. The first time I went was probably 2015 or 2016. And the last time I was there was probably 2018.
18, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably the last time I was, but the renovations had been done before the first time I went.
Right.
So we're talking like probably close. They probably renovated close to 10 years ago now.
Yeah. I don't think it was renovated when I went there. Because
Did it look old, like on the inside?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, then
that Italian marble doesn't ring a bell with me.
Oh yeah, no. So you walk in and it's like beautiful.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, it's so nice, and that's like they're never. New York doesn't have the real estate in order to like build a new arena and stuff. So they have to keep up with it, and that's why MSG will just continue to be the like at a certain point it'll hit a Guinness Book World Records for like oldest arena in the world.
Yeah.
But it will just continually keep getting renovated and updated like every it's like what they're doing to like Canadian Parliament right now, where they're like they've shut it down for like 10 or 15 years to like completely remodel the stupid thing.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
Oh yeah, well I got so lucky because the first
like the Parliament building in Ontario
in Ottawa. Yeah. So I got very lucky that I got to go.
I've never been there.
Oh yeah,
I've never been to Ottawa.
So my sister moved to Ottawa. And I drove, so I drove my sister to Ottawa, and then I was going to fly home the next day. But before my flight, I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm going to go like wander around, go look at Parliament, like, spend time downtown Ottawa.
Like, when are you ever going to be here again?
Totally. And I was lucky enough to, it was the first day that the government was back in session from like their summer break.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I got to see some rabble.
Sweet.
Like sit in for Parliament, see some rabble. Of the people like arguing and stuff, and oh my god, dude, politicians are so shitty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hate them so much.
But imagine that was your job every day to go and sit there
they're
and
just
argue
so
about bullshit.
petty. Oh, it's the worst. Anyway, but it was. I like history and I like old buildings.
Yeah.
So that part of it was really cool, like getting to go. And I went on like I actually like joined up with like a tour group that like toured you through the whole thing and like took you into the big like cool looking libraries. And,
it looks huge. Like it looks massive.
Oh, it's pretty big. Yeah. It's pretty big. And like the House of Commons is like is pretty big, but I'm pretty like the whole thing, I'm pretty sure they've shut it all down and like it's all under renovation, and then they're like over in this other building right now that looks like similar.
Okay.
Like the House of Commons in that building looks similar, I think. So when you see it on like CPAC and on TV and stuff,
you can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't really tell the difference, I don't think.
I mean,
but
who's really watching? There's people.
There's people watching CPAC. But anyway, MSG will just keep getting updated and updated and updated. So it is interesting to know that we've had, because I was in the same boat as you. I thought the Saddle Dome was
I would have bet money on that.
Oh, I would have bet money on it too. Like I would have said it was
I would have said like maybe opened 86, 87 at the earliest.
100%.
I never in my life would have said 83. I mean, granted, I was 3 years old when that opened, so I wouldn't remember.
No.
But yeah, as far as my cognitive memory starts working, it starts working around the Olympics.
No, and that's fair. But I can't even like I'm super jealous that you got to go to a playoff game in like that era. Awesome. And like that's super cool, especially in the year that they won the cup.
Yeah.
What a special ass memory.
Dude,
Holy
I'm
crap.
Totally lucky. Very
much.
My
god. Well, no, that's good. So we'll have to get you actually I was talking to another friend of mine, and you have to get a Kraken jersey.
Okay. I'm down.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you have to get
I'm not going to wear it to the Edmonton game, but...
No, that's fine. No, I'm not going to let you wear it to the Edmonton. I'm not going
because of what happened last time.
I'm not going with other people wearing opposing team jerseys. No.
But yeah, I'm down. I like their jerseys.
But I want you to get a Giordano. I want you to get a Giordano Kraken jersey, and I want you to wear it to... you cannot wear a Flames jersey to the Dome anymore. You have to wear a Kraken Giordano jersey to the Dome.
Oh, God.
That'll be funny. So anyway,
I don't think he's going to be there that long.
He's not.
I don't think so.
They gave him captaincy already, though.
Wow.
Did you not know that?
They usually wait. They always say they wait to see how it works out.
Vegas? Okay.
You can't predetermine that.
Vegas
They took a while.
Yeah.
But I remember them even publicly saying, they're like, we are not picking a captain until we get the team in working order.
Yeah, Vegas, Mark Stone is their captain. And they went through their first 2 seasons not having a captain.
Yeah.
I think it was the first 2 seasons alone, not having a captain because they were like, yeah, we'll see how this goes. October 11th of this year, before they were I think either regular season had just started or it was about to start, the Kraken announced that Giordano was their captain. And it's like,
crazy.
How can you do that?
Yeah,
Why
crazy.
did you do that? Yeah, like I get he has the experience because he was the captain in Calgary. But you know what? In my opinion, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like he was kind of on the way out in terms of his captaincy in Calgary. I feel like his... Not that I'm trying to turn this entire podcast into a hockey podcast.
I do agree.
Hockey podcast. Hockey podcast. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel... And I'm saying that as a person who's not... I'm a hockey fan first. So if the Oilers don't make the playoffs or whatever, I will cheer for...
You're totally
other
good
teams
like that.
I do tend to cheer... If Calgary's doing good, I will cheer for Calgary. Yep. Great, whatever.
Just not when they're playing the Oilers.
In a Battle of Alberta situation, it's the same thing with the Blues though. If the Blues are playing the Oilers, I have to cheer for the Oilers. Yeah. And I went to many years. I'm kind of getting off track of what I was trying to say, but years ago when the Oilers were still in Rexall, I went and saw a St. Louis Blues Oilers game. And I remember it was the first time I'd ever seen my two, like, live. It was the first time I'd ever gone to see my 2 favorite teams play each other live. And going into it, I'm thinking, like, oh, man. Like,
you're like, it's a win-win?
I was like, yeah, it's kind of win-win. But I'm also like, I feel so torn or whatever.
Totally.
The Blues won, and I was bummed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where
like,
you know where your heart is.
Yeah, I knew exactly where my heart
What
lied.
about a Calgary Blues game?
Oh,
Who
Blues.
Were you cheering for?
Blues, 100%. 100% Blues.
Okay.
And I've been to a couple of those too.
Yeah,
I've been to a Flames Blues game a couple of times, and those are fun. Those are actually fun games. What I was going back to, the Kraken just right. I feel like the Seattle Kraken have made a few mistakes off the hop.
Okay.
I feel like there were some exposed players in the player and I mean, you know what? I am totally a couch GM. I don't know hockey the way some people like. This isn't spitting chicklets. I'm not fucking Ryan Whitney. I'm not Mark Bissonnette. Paul Bissonnette. I'm not Biz. I'm not RA. I'm not G. I don't know hockey the way those fucking guys do. I don't know hockey the way like other people know hockey. But when the Kraken did their expansion draft, there was a few question marks. We understand why Carey Price wasn't taken because Carey Price was exposed in the expansion draft. We know, and it was weird because. Do you remember that? Do you remember when that happened?
I don't really remember what happened.
Okay,
no.
So Carey Price was left exposed by the Canadians,
right,
for the expansion draft, and everyone least
that's like mind blowing,
dude. So many people were like, "What?
Yeah,
what do you mean?"
It's pretty mind blowing.
And we're like, okay, so a lot of us were like, I guess Carey Price is going to be their starting goalie. Like, the Kraken are getting Carey Price. What the hell? And there were some tweets. There was some. Pardon me. There were some tweets. There was some stuff that came out where a few people were just kind of like, no, just wait and like there was a reason for this. Just wait and see what happens, and which was really cryptic. Like the stuff that came out as a result of Carey Price being left open was really cryptic.
Yeah,
but now it's easy to see because he's gone into the NHLPA, the Players Assistance Program, which helps people who maybe have. Drug use problems, maybe have alcohol.
So that's what he's suffering from.
We don't. Well, there's speculation.
Something.
We don't know what's going on, but he's entered the NHLPA's player assistant program, and there's been numerous press conferences about it and stuff like that. And the Montreal Canadiens organization are fully supporting him and his recovery and whatever he's doing, whatever. So that's probably in those conversations because Seattle's not building their team totally on a whim, going like, we're not going to we're not in terms of like Mark Giordano. Giordano was probably a little bit surprised he got taken, but also when they did the expansion draft, he was in Seattle. So, like, those conversations had happened ahead of time.
Right.
So, guaranteed, somebody from the Kraken organization, like, those guys all talk to each other. The GMs, the coach, like, the players, the agents, they all talk to each other.
Yeah.
So, guaranteed there was somebody in the Montreal organization, and whether it was they were talking to Carey Price directly or they were talking to his agent or whatever, they were in talks with him, guaranteed, because the Kraken were probably looking at that going, oh my God, we can get Carey Price.
Oh my God, yeah.
And when it came down to it,
what do we have to do?
Totally. And it probably came down to like a really hard discussion where they were like, look, guys, where Carey Price or somebody had to tell him, like, look, I'm going to be doing that. Like, come next season, I'm going to be entering the program. And like, so it's like, if you take me, I'm either going to be a member of the Kraken going into the Players Assistance Program, or I'm going to continue to be a Montreal Canadian and go into the Players Assistance. So that's where. So when they didn't take Carey Price, it was like, what are they doing, dude? Tarasenko, I think was available, and they didn't take Tarasenko from the Blues. It was like, what? What is happening?
I think sometimes, too, something I didn't think about until you started talking about this was that as players, sometimes they don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So it is a possibility, too, that Price knew that he was up on the table and knew that the Kraken was interested, and maybe he pulled the cord on himself to be like, oh, well, I'm not really interested in that, but I can't say that.
Right.
So I might enter this little program over here that might buy me some time.
See, I don't know. I don't think it was that.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think it was that.
That's fair.
In the case of specifically Mark...
But it could happen.
Yeah, fair enough. Going back to Mark Giordano. In the case of Mark Giordano, he did not want to leave Calgary. He adamantly talked about how much he did not want to leave. He was like... He was so bummed that he had to leave Calgary. And he was talking to... It must have been Treliving or whoever, like, and the people at the top... where Giordano's just going, and what I've read and kind of watched about him moving to the Kraken, he's like, I didn't want to leave Calgary, but I understand why they had to leave me open. Out of everyone on the team, I understand why they had to leave me exposed in the expansion draft.
Pretty big.
It's huge because they have Calgary is a very confusing team.
We had a good game last night.
Oh, man. Well, Pittsburgh's also not off to a hot start, so it's like Calgary's on this massive road trip right now where they're just like
you just can't
working. Well, they're working their way through the East, like beating all these teams that, like, on paper they should probably be losing to, but those teams are just having a like terrible.
They're just catching them at the right time.
Oh my God, they're on a terrible start right now. So so Calgary has a lot invested in some players that they need to try to move at a certain point and try to recoup some of that investment, like Gaudreau, like Monahan, like I don't know if you guys want to deal Lindholm, but like even if Tkachuk wants to move someday, like there's a whole bunch of young guys on Calgary's team that, like, in the instance that Calgary's kind of are we rebuilding? What are we doing here? They need to be able to, like, not lose somebody valuable.
Right.
So that's why Giordano had to go.
Right.
So it's unfortunate. But again, going back to the Kraken thing, I don't understand why the Kraken are just out of the gate going, well, Gio's our captain. Because they didn't have to do that. They could have dude.
That could rub some people on the team the wrong way.
Well, 100%, because it's like, to me, it's a brand new team.
Totally.
Just because Gio was the captain on Calgary doesn't mean he earned it on the Kraken.
No, and it doesn't mean that he'd be a good captain in Seattle either.
Because you've got what if Jordan Eberle comes in, because Jordan Eberle's on the Kraken. What if Jordan Eberle is just an absolute fucking stud, like, for the next 2 years?
Totally.
And it's just like, okay, why?
It's his time. He's in the right place.
Brandon Tanev, dude. There's so many people on that team that, like, it's kind of the same thing that Vegas went through, like, where I don't want to call them cast-offs because they are playing at the elite level. Like, they're all NHL players, but they're, in some instances, the players on the Kraken team and somewhat in the Vegas team still, were people that teams were just kind of like, you know what, we can afford to lose you.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, like, that's where Vegas, like, all those players came together. And it was like, you know, from former teams where they're like, maybe they kind of felt like, oh, they didn't want me. Well, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come to Vegas. I'm going to play my fucking ass off.
And they did.
And they
that
did.
First year.
Dude, I wanted them to win the cup so bad. Who won the cup that year? Was it Boston?
I can't even remember.
Was it Baston? Baston?
I can't remember.
Packy Khan, have it yet? I don't know. I don't know, man.
But that run is like going to go down in history.
There is a documentary on, I can't remember what the fucking name of it is off the top of my head right now. There's a documentary on, I want to say Amazon Prime, about that inaugural season of
Vegas. That'd be cool. That'd be rad to watch.
Dude, it's such a good there's a few actually.
I love hockey documentaries.
There's a St. Louis one about the St. Louis winning the cup. There's a Pittsburgh one about Pittsburgh winning the second cup. Great, whatever. Fuck Pittsburgh. There's one about Washington winning the cup, which is a great one because like finally Ovi got his cup. Mm-hmm. There's one about Vegas coming into the league for the first year and like all the shit, dude. It starts right at the very beginning when this like billionaire's like, no, I want to put let's put a ice rink in the middle of the desert, and like people thought he was crazy, and then they did the season ticket lottery, and people in Vegas were like, fuck yeah, we'll go.
Totally.
We'll watch some fucking and we're not even talking like Canadians that like snowbird in Vegas. We're talking like
the people, the residents,
Vegas residents who were like, hell yes, we will support a fucking team here.
I think the government said they had to have a certain number of residents.
Yeah. They had to sell like 10,000 season
of like resident tickets.
Yeah. It was like I had to be a certain percentage of not just
like available to tourism,
exactly,
tourists or whatever.
So they go through all of that, and then they get approved for the team. They build the arena. They were already building like the event center, I think.
Yeah, as far as I knew, they were building it for a while, and they were like, if it doesn't work out, we'll just turn it into a conference center.
Which they were already going to use it for that anyway. Like Vegas is not. Like,
they have conferences every day.
Yeah, they have no shortage of.
They need room.
Yeah, so and like they put it in a great spot because it's right in between
really
Monte Carlo, New York, across the street from the MGM Grand,
super close,
right across the street from Excalibur. Yeah. Like it's in a great spot. Yeah. So it's like a walking distance from it. It's right on the strip. That's what I love about it. It's right on the strip. So anyway, they go through all of that, and they're like a week away from their home opener, their very first game ever. It's a sold out game, and that fucking shooting happens. Oh my god, that dude shooting at people in the fucking crowd at that country concert. Oh my god. So all of a sudden they're like, it just devastates the city. And Vegas had this whole, like they had all this well, you've seen their intros to their games. There is not a team, there's not one single team in the entire NHL that does pageantry better than Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Vegas's opener, like video openers, and they're just everything that they do on the ice, especially in the playoffs. Oh my god, the show they put on is absolutely insane. So they have all, like they talk about in the documentary how they had all this shit planned for like their home opener game, and like they like were gonna put on like a massive show, and then all of a sudden they're thrust into this position where they're like, we can't put on the show we wanted to put on. So like they're like fucking crying, and they're like, oh my god, this is absolutely devastated, and they're like, this is so fucked, like, of course, and it's so sad. But what winds up happening is the residents of Vegas come out in a huge way to support the team, and the players and the organization of Vegas give the residents of Vegas a reason to fucking rally. Holy shit, do they ever come together? And it shows, like, it goes through like their whole season all the way up to the playoffs and how much bigger it gets in the playoffs. Oh my god,
that's awesome.
It is a really, really, really inspiring documentary, because they talk about that too, where they're like, honestly, they're like, our entire roster on paper should have been absolute garbage. Absolute garbage.
Sometimes when you have a team that you put together of like kind of underdogs, you know, there's so many sports movies about that and stuff. It's like, on paper, this should be the worst team ever. But sometimes they have that magic that no matter how talented your goalie is, or how awesome your coach is, sometimes those things don't matter if you don't have that working. What's it called? It's like an energy. I don't know.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I can't say it. I can't
No.
put it
I
into
know what
words.
you mean. And it's it was like
And they have something to prove. I think you're.
They had a little bit
You
of
were
a-
on a team.
yeah.
You got taken off. You're on this new team. Now you're in Vegas, and it's like it's either going to go like you don't give a fuck and you're not going to try,
Yeah.
or you're going to give it everything.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like a chip on the shoulder
Yeah.
in that. So I feel like with Seattle, I personally would have given it a couple years
I totally
to
agree.
see how the next, because if their mentality going into this is like, oh man, we're gonna do what Vegas did, dude, you're gonna fail. If you're going in like you can't go into it. They can't go into this feeling like the same. Like they already have huge fan support, which is great.
That's great.
All they need to do is just keep maintain that fan support. If they start, dude, if the fans start dwindling and like there's no people going to their games and stuff, like what's that going to do to the energy in their team? Like it's just gonna fucking die. So I don't agree with that decision. I like Giordano as a player. I think he's like one of the at the height of his game, he's like one of the best defensemen in the fucking league.
Totally.
Absolutely. But I don't agree with that decision.
No.
I think that was kind of a silly move.
Yeah, I agree.
On their part. But all of that being said, that like 20-minute diatribe about the Kraken.
Yeah.
I am excited to
I wish
go
their
and see them.
jerseys were better.
You don't like the logo?
I don't really. I wish it was an anchor. Like an anchor with some like tentacles.
What do you think of the name? Do you like the Kraken
It's
name?
very, you know what it reminds me of every single time I hear it? Toronto Raptors. It's a bubble in time of something that was like popular. Like when we named the Raptors, Jurassic Park had just come out. Like, so it's like a snapshot in time. Because like we got to vote on the names for the NBA teams.
Really?
Yeah, we got to vote on the
For the
Toronto
Grizzlies
name and the
the-
Grizzlies.
okay.
Yeah. So
I wish the Grizzlies were still around.
I wish I could remember the other two options other than Raptors.
Okay.
I'm sure we could look that up another day or whatever. But yeah, so when I hear Kraken, I think it's just like one of those bandwagon names.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's
there's
like-
so many other C references that you could have used.
See, and 100%.
You know what I mean? If you're
Well,
gonna
they could
go
have been
that
the
way-
Seattle Guppies. Or the Seattle Salmon. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like any number
The
of
Seattle Guppies.
The Kraken, I understand what they're going for with the Kraken, where they're trying to there's like power. That name is kind of powerful. Like they're
Well, yeah, it's like a mysterious creature. Basically,
Totally.
it's a monster.
but like they could have honestly been like the Seattle Loch Ness Monster. Like,
Yeah, it's the
They're
Seattle
so-
Ogopogos.
yeah, like the Seattle Cthulhu's. Like
yeah.
I don't know. But I think. See, with Vegas, when Vegas came into the league, I hated the Golden Knights. I hated that name because, and this is purely just me. I really wanted them to be the Vegas Outlaws.
Oh, that would have been
I-
amazing.
Yes, or the Vegas Gamblers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, I remember us having this
Yeah.
conversation in Fort Mac.
100%.
When we were like, they could be like the Aces, the
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Jokers. They could
Anything.
be so
The Vegas Aces,
Yeah.
dude. Oh,
There's so many
the
things
Jokers.
that could-
The Jokers would have been. But
the
like,
Gamblers. That's a great
dude,
one.
exactly. Like like.
You could have an outlaw.
Think about how
like
that-
on the front. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like old Wild West.
Dude, I wanted it to be like
like a badge or something.
like a cowboy hat,
Yes.
eyes, and then like a
big
bandana,
mustache.
a big mustache, and a bandana.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, their logo could have been so sick, and they
Totally.
still, because you know how they have like the golden helmets or whatever, like
Yeah.
they have,
as like part of their like
yeah, they
uniform or whatever.
They still could have done the golden they still could have done all of that.
Totally.
Everything that they've done, but it's just like I don't like what's a golden knight?
I know. And like yeah.
There were no gold
No.
knights in lore.
or if it was just
there?
like the Vegas Knights. Okay.
yeah,
Like okay.
but they had to. But that's the thing. They threw golden in there because of the Vegas, like, you know what I mean?
So like the Golden Nugget and like that whole reference.
Okay, call them the fucking Vegas Golden Nuggets then.
Great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the Vegas, like, there is a multitude of better names.
Yeah.
That there's so many better names that I don't want to get into it.
Oh yeah, that's its own podcast.
One thing I want to one more thing I want to ask you about hockey wise anyway.
Yeah.
So the Phoenix Coyotes. Mm-hmm. I have to look it up here briefly.
The
Coyotes. They brought back their old logo.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see that?
No.
So they're wearing like that old like 90 that like Coyote logo from the 90s.
Okay.
I'll see if I can pull it up here really quick. Coyote logo. Where is it? This guy. That one.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So
I remember when their jerseys were like purple and orange or something.
That's what they're doing right now. So they've gone back to the old. No, it's awesome.
Let me see. Pull it over again. Yeah, that is kind of cool.
It's like
I don't remember that full body version of it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I just remember that head part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're doing that.
It's very kind of weird. Like it's cool, but it's creepy kind of at the same. Like it's very almost like Native American almost.
It is.
Or like what would they call that down there? And like,
well, it's desert.
Desert. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very deserty.
It's cool.
So the Coyotes are going through a little bit of an interesting
phase.
Yeah. So they have been leasing the arena annually from the Glendale City Council.
Okay.
And
that seems weird, no?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but that seems weird to me.
That seems very weird.
Because usually the team but maybe
no, but the team usually has like at least
a stake in.
Yeah, like,
so you're not like paying rent to somebody.
No, but like you would arguably
you're not like,
have like that's your
it's built for you.
Well, I mean,
not for just you, but for a part of your job.
Totally, like the Rangers share MSG with basketball. They share
definitely.
it with so many other things. I mean, the Saddle Dome, the Flames share it with the Hitmen, lacrosse, other stuff. Edmonton, same thing. I'm sure they share it.
Yeah.
But in Edmonton, Rogers Place, when you walk in, it's Oilers.
Right.
When you walk into Scotiabank Saddle Dome, it is Flames. Mm-hmm. Flames, a little bit of Hitman. You walk into MSG, it's like a little bit of Rangers, mostly basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they love basketball.
They love basketball. It's true.
I've never been to the arena in Glendale, but I can't imagine that it's, from what I've read and what I've heard, it doesn't sound like they really even like the team. The team's gone through so many switches because remember they were and that's funny because I just searched up the Phoenix Coyotes, but they haven't been the Phoenix Coyotes for years at this point. They've been the Arizona Coyotes for at least. Remember, because they were the Phoenix Coyotes.
Remember that
when they were in specifically
and now the Arizona.
They have been the Arizona because
Arizona's a state.
Arizona's a state. So now, they've been the Arizona Coyotes for the entire state for a while now. That's like
weird.
We're talking like almost.
So that means they could move them around at any part in the whole state, and they didn't have to change their name.
So.
That's so weird.
So they've proposed, because they're in Glendale right now. Glendale's kicking them out. They haven't renewed.
We don't want your cash.
Get
your dogs.
But
out of here.
I think it's because Glendale's like, you're not really a cash cow to us because the team's
not. Seen their games online or on TV? They're bad.
So the Coyotes have proposed a $1.7 billion development in Tempe that would include a hockey arena and I'm sure other sports complexes and stuff like that.
Tempe.
So it's not that far from where they are, and from what I've heard, people would actually be more stoked to go to games in Arizona because I think where they are in Glendale, people are just like, I'm not driving all the way. Like if you're in Phoenix or you're in Mesa or whatever, you're like, I'm not going to Glendale. From what I understand, I don't know I've only been to Arizona once, so I don't know the area that well. But
why were you in Arizona?
Oh, Krista loves Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah. She loves Phoenix.
Very random.
Yeah. So the owner of the Coyotes, he says that he plans to keep the Coyotes in Arizona.
Okay.
But after this, so right now, this season, the 21-22 season, this is their last season in the Glendale Arena. They're getting kicked out after this season. So they have to find a temporary home for next year, for literally next season. And they're still, according to this article that was written, when was this written? I want to say it was recently.
Do you want to know how bad my geography is?
Yeah, this came out in September. What?
You say Arizona, and I'm thinking, okay, like lower eastern states.
Oh my God, no, it's super close. No, it's like next to Nevada.
It's like above Mexico.
Yeah.
Beside LA.
Yeah.
Or beside California.
Yeah. Beside LA.
That's how bad. Well, the only city that matters to me is LA. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fair. I'm just like, I'm stupid.
Well, I find that very interesting as to like where.
Well, I'm looking at it here, and they have no options. So as you're saying it, in Arizona right now, you have Phoenix, Mesa, and Tucson. Tucson. So you have Tucson, Mesa, and Phoenix, and like for your options for a team that big enough to play, those are your three options
that have arenas, right? And so, yeah. Well, and so what they're proposing to build in Tempe.
But that's going to take years.
But
they're getting kicked out.
I know it's going to take. But here's the thing. So it's going to take years. And, dude, I search up Phoenix Coyotes, but Arizona Coyotes new rank. Let's go team moving, and those articles are all from September. We're like at the end of October right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think the owner says that he wants to keep them in Arizona. I don't think we're gonna have a Coyotes team much longer. If Tempe,
they can't get rid of them, they'd have to move them.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
I think we might have the Nordiques coming back.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Dude, Quebec just built another arena. Mm-hmm. Like Quebec City, I'm pretty sure just built an arena. Because I think they're still fighting to get the Nordiques back. Like, I'm pretty sure that they're fighting to get another team. So then we would have another. So we would lose an American team, but if they move to Quebec, we'd have another Canadian team in the East. So then you'd have like a Montreal or like a Canadians Nordiques kind of rivalry instead of Canadians in Toronto. Like
I love the Nordiques jerseys. Honestly,
they're very nice.
I loved them when I was.
But like,
growing
how sick, dude?
I hate the French, but I'm down.
No, but like, we got the Jets back.
I know, that's sick.
Like because like the Thrashers only started in the 90s, and that experiment did not last long.
No,
at all. It didn't. It lasted like 10 years.
What team was that again?
Atlanta Thrashers. Yeah, Atlanta Thrashers.
And then what happened to them?
They moved. So Atlanta's had two teams. They had the Flames.
Right, and then
the Flames moved to Calgary. And then they had the Thrashers. So,
and that was the Nordiques.
I want to say
because it was like Hartford, Nordiques, and then someone else. They all got like moved around at the same time. Wasn't it like Hartford Whalers, the Nordiques, and then wasn't there one more?
Yeah. So let me see here.
You can tell we did a lot of research.
We did a lot. Yeah. Okay. The Atlanta Flames, established in 1972, departed for Canada in 1980.
Yeah.
So the Calgary Flames only played 3 years in the Corral.
Yeah.
Huh. That's crazy. The nickname Thrashers. Where? The newly formed Thrashers selected. Oh, maybe they were they were an expansion team.
Oh, okay.
So they were an expansion team. That's what it was. Yeah. So
And then they left.
Yeah.
So Atlantis had 2 chances. They ain't a hockey town, apparently.
It looks like they were formed in. Hold on. The Atlanta Thrashers were an expansion team in '99.
Yeah.
They formed in '99, and then they moved. They moved in 2011.
Wow.
They were in Atlanta
12 years.
10 seasons essentially.
10 seasons, yeah.
And then they went back to Winnipeg. So where did Winnipeg go?
Right, yeah. Where did Winnipeg go when we
Winnipeg
lost the Jets?
Because shit. Sorry, I have to look this up.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Just riff while I'm looking this up. Oh my god, this is the worst. Give me the Wikipedia. I don't. This is all pointless shit anyway. It's all pointless, but I'm curious. You know what I mean?
Too, yeah.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Now I'm confused. The Jets were established. I see. So the Atlanta Thrashers were established on June 25th, 1997. Okay. But they didn't play until the 99-2000 season.
I mean, it makes sense. They probably had a couple of years to get ready.
Yeah, because Vegas was like they were announced 2 years before it, and Kraken we've known about them for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
that's like normal on par for that.
So the original Winnipeg Jets. Huh. The original Winnipeg Jets are now the Arizona Coyotes.
Full circle. There you go.
I knew it was going to relate. We went full circle.
That's awesome.
I don't know how we got on all of that hockey talk because we're excited to go. So I've been to the rink. I've been to 3 games now.
I'm in favor of getting another Canadian team, period.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah. Let's...
going back to that quickly, sorry.
No, that's fine. So...
Because you were talking about the Nordiques. Like about possibly the Phoenix coming back as the Nordiques.
So, because, so you had the Nordiques, you had the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah.
You had...
And Hartford, I think, is in like New York. It's in that eastern
honestly, you could totally get back to... You could absolutely get back to,
Quebec is definitely big enough and has enough hockey fans to definitely carry 2 NHL teams.
Oh, for sure.
Like 1,000,000%. I wish Saskatchewan was better set up because that province is heavily into hockey. And if they were in a better layout, I feel like they could support an NHL team.
It's really, because
that province, all my cousins, male and female, play hockey.
Oh, yeah. It's a huge... Dude, the Humboldt Broncos.
Yeah, like, they are so into hockey there. They're not set up, though, to have an NHL team. So.
No, and it sucks because you're right. I would fully support an NHL team, be like a Saskatchewan NHL team. I would fully fucking support that.
Totally.
And, dude, I would absolutely... If there was any other Canadian team that I could, like, fully get behind, it would be a Saskatchewan NHL team. There is not a single player in the entire NHL that wants to go through an expansion draft and
go play Saskatchewan.
Drafted into Saskatchewan.
Hey, I live in Regina.
Oh my God, could you imagine that expansion draft? When they're like, they're announcing a new team, and then all of a sudden they got the Regina, like
the Saskatchewan crop circles.
Sure. The crop dusters. There you go. The Saskatchewan. Okay, let's build a team really quick. Let's do guess
what their colors are: green and yellow.
And then their alternates are white, green and yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
What's their logo? What's the Saskatchewan crop dusters logo?
Oh man.
It's wheat.
You could have a wraith.
It's literally like
a wraith though.
Yes.
Like a reaper's wraith.
Yes, it's like a green.
That would be sick.
It's a green square.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. Green jersey.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Green jersey.
Yeah.
Yellow
like a
square.
Crest.
Oh fuck.
You could even do like a crest. Almost.
That's what I mean. Like like okay, so the crest. Bear with us on this one. No. Okay, so the green jersey, white crest.
Yeah.
With yellow wheat coming off the crest, and then like a farmer in like black or green standing there with like the scythe about to like take the wheat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, the crop dusters. Holy shit, we just created another NHL team. That's fucking awesome. The Saskatchewan expansion draft. They announced there's like 2 years. The entire league is terrified. We get to the July after, like, let's say we get to July. It's 2027. we're doing the expansion draft. Do you think every single player at that time, so we're talking like Connor McDavid, 27, that's 6 years from now. Connor McDavid's now playing for the New York Rangers because he couldn't win a cup with the Oilers. And I'm saying that as an Oilers fan.
I was like, don't jinx yourself.
No. He's gonna fucking win a cup with the Oilers.
Yeah.
He's gonna Sidney Crosby it, and they're gonna at a certain point in his career, he's going to win like back to back. He's going to. It's like,
I think once you break that curse that you're, and I'm not gonna.
It's
I don't
not
mean
even a curse. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But once you break whatever's been happening and kind of like set that new path, I think you guys are going to be unstoppable.
That's what's happening right
now.
Dude.
Honestly, I think that once you guys like whatever that mental block is that team is in, once they break through that, I think your team's going to be unstoppable.
I agree.
Honestly,
with you. It's dude. Okay, so I want to get back to that expansion draft thing in a second, but I do want to talk about this. So the game I went to on what day was that? Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
Wednesday, yeah.
I went to the Philly, I went to the Oilers Philly game at Rogers Place, and for that game I bought a ticket and I sat right behind the bench. So I was front row behind the bench, and I've never sat that close to hockey in my life. Those seats kind of suck because you can't see. Like I want to watch the hockey, but the experience of it all was unfucking believable. The players don't really pay attention to you when you're sitting, because you're sitting right there. Like they do everything in their power to like ignore you because they're focused on the game. At one point, Jesse Puljujärvi did look at me, and I smiled at him where I was like, "Oh my God, it's Jesse Puljujärvi." And he kind of gave me like they had just gotten scored on or something, so he kind of gave me this like. And like wah, like sat down on the bench, and I was like, "It's okay,
like,
yes,
I still love you.
I still love you, Puljujärvi.
I want to have your babies."
I was like really trying to get Cassian's attention so I could be like, "Cassian, you fucking beauty," whatever.
Yeah.
But it was cool because I got to see the game from a completely different perspective, and like watch how they interact with each other on the bench, like watch how they conduct themselves on the bench, and like watch the game from a totally, and it just like it made me more appreciative as like a hockey fan.
Yeah.
In terms of like the fucking hard, because it's when you're that far separate, like when you sit in like the upper bowl or even just like higher up in the lower bowl, when you're that separated from it, you can kind of look at it almost like you're playing NHL on the Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not people, they're hockey players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but then when you're sitting that close and you're like literally right there, and you can see I can see their faces as clearly as I can see your face right now. They're people. All of a sudden they're people, and I've got Duncan Keith right here, and I'm looking at him going, "Oh my God, you're not on TV. Like you're a real person."
Right.
That has 3 Stanley Cups, one of which might be Sully. We don't really know with the whole Chicago scandal.
Right.
No, but I'm not.
No, but it's
I'm actually
cool.
not making jokes about that. That is a whole really big fucked up situation that Chicago's going through right now, and I don't really want to touch on it yet because the whole story hasn't come out yet. But it's just weird how you're like seeing them as like people and like this whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about that just briefly when we were talking about your experience at the game, how you're not really like watching the game because you can't really see the game from where you're sitting. You're kind of more reacting to what's going on.
Yes.
But like concentrating on other things that you would never be concentrating on if you weren't sitting behind.
100%.
So it's kind of its own game within a game, sort of?
It was I'm glad I did it. I probably won't, because I want to watch, like if I'm going to a game, I want to watch the hockey being played. I don't necessarily want to stare at the back of players' heads all the time. I would do it again for the experience again because it was really cool.
Or if like one of your buddies has never done it, it might be a cool time to do it then.
For sure. Yeah. I think the best seat in the arena is the seats right next to the visitors' penalty box. Because when a visiting team gets a penalty, you get to sit there and fucking berate them for like the whole. So the guy sitting next to the Philly penalty box was wearing a Philly jersey, and I was like, "That's not what it should be."
That's not fair.
I'm like, "That's not fair."
No, that's
you
not
can't
fair.
be sitting there pumping the guy's tires, being like, "Fuck
trying to get an autograph."
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that. I want to sit there and be like, "Fuck you,
like
Drew."
throwing stuff
Fuck
on
you.
him.
Yeah.
And like,
No, but where was I going with that? Where was I going with talking about the game? I don't know. I just saw the game through like a different perspective, and it was really, really cool. Like it was a really nice experience. But I want to get back to like actually watching hockey.
And you get to be on TV.
I was on TV a little bit, but
That's kind of cool.
I was on TV a little bit. Yeah. That was. I told all my friends, I was like, you have to watch the game and see if you can see me.
You got to tape it.
And then I was like talking to my friends, and they're like, they're not really showing the players bench, and I'm like,
that is kind of weird.
I'm like,
though.
that's super weird. I really, really want this. I really, really want a jersey of the Saskatchewan Crop Dusters. I want to get back to that. It's that's how I got on this. Connor McDavid. It's now 2027.
Yeah.
The expansion draft is happening. Saskatchewan's finally getting an NHL team. Everyone in everyone in Saskatchewan, top to bottom in their rectangle little province, is excited. Everyone's excited. People in Alberta are like, oh my God, are they going to name the team the Rough Riders? Are they going to be the Saskatchewan Rough Riders hockey team? And like where they have to put it in brackets after, where it's like the Saskatchewan Rough Riders football, Saskatchewan Rough Riders hockey, Saskatchewan Rough Riders lacrosse. You know what I mean? So no, it's the Saskatchewan.
They make fun of that what's
Pothole.
that cartoon? No, the cartoon.
You hit corner gas.
No.
Letterkenny? No, I guess
the kids and they go to. I can't think of it right now.
Oh my God, I don't know what.
South Park.
Oh, South Park. Oh yeah,
They make fun of like the Rough Riders playing the Rough Riders.
Yes. Oh, I think.
Or in the movie, that's the movie maybe.
No. It's one of the episodes. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They come to Canada for. And it's the Saskatchewan Rough Riders playing the Rough Riders or something.
Because there was actually there was the Ottawa Rough Riders and the Saskatchewan.
Right, that's what it was.
Yeah, so there was two teams. Even dude, Ryan Whitney was talking to. They were talking on Spit and Chicklets. I listened to the Darnell Nurse one.
Is that a podcast?
It's a podcast. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were talking to Darnell Nurse, and his dad's a football player. I don't know if he played in the CFL, but I would assume that he did. And they asked Darnell, they're like, what do you prefer, NFL or CFL? And Ryan Whitney just launches into it. He's like, fuck the CFL. You got two fucking teams named Rough Rider. Fuck this, blah, blah, blah. So when they brought back, so Ottawa didn't have a team for a lot of years, right? And then the CFL was like, all right, let's bring back a team to Ottawa.
Right.
And when they were doing that, there was all this speculation. They're like, they're not going to call the team the Rough Riders, are they? Like, they're not going to bring, you know what I mean? Because when Winnipeg was bringing the Jets back, they were like, are they going to call it the Jets? And there was all this speculation that
actually, I remember that.
Yeah, where they were like, they might name the team something different.
And that's totally fair.
It was like, they have to name it the Jets. They have to name it the Jets. They could have gone in a completely different direction.
I could see them going both, to be honest with you. I really could.
So now that's why Ottawa's the Red Blacks.
Right.
Terrible. It's a horrible name. So anyway, it's 2027. The expansion draft is happening. Teams are getting their lists ready to expose players, because now this will be the 34th team, because the 33rd team would have been like somewhere else in the league. Kraken was 32nd. Somebody else is going to be 33rd.
Someone in the Midwest.
Sure, whatever. It's
the Kansas Bible Belters.
I was just going to say the Kansas Bible Belters.
Really?
Yeah. I was literally about to say something Bible Belt.
How random is that?
Oh, my God. So it's the Kansas Bible Belters at 33. And then at 34, we have the Saskatchewan Crop Dusters coming in. Are players on all 33 teams going to their, like, looking at each other going, who the fuck are they exposing?
Yeah, they're Googling on their phone where Saskatchewan is and how you spell it.
How do you spell it? They're like trying to pronounce it like Ellen did that one time when she was like, Sebastian, man.
Did she really?
Oh my God, have you never seen that clip? Oh my God, it's so funny.
Was she doing it like a joke?
No.
Like I'm being funny, Ellen.
No, she just didn't know how to pronounce.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, Ellen pronouncing Saskatchewan. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is gold. 1 second, please.
No ads.
No, it's just like it'll be quick.
This comes from Krista Lalonde in Saskatchewan.
No.
Saskatchewan. She's in Canada. This comes from Krista Lalonde in Saskatchewan.
We're off to see the wizard. Anyway, are those guys on those teams freaking the fuck out, going, I don't want to get traded? when Vegas was coming into the league, I'm sure guys in some of the lower ranks that like were like, all right, like it's a toss up. Like I could probably get exposed and probably wind up in Vegas. You're not going to be that upset.
Definitely not.
The only thing that you're going to be upset about is maybe like, I have to join a brand new team that might be dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing you'd be upset about. I think after that, you're like, fuck yes, I get to go live in Vegas? Yeah. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah. I know I would be.
Oh, 100%. But when it comes, dude, I don't even think like Edmonton, the team that they have right now, whether or not people want to admit it, whether they like it or not, the team that Edmonton has built right now is an elite team.
Yeah, I agree. But there's something that they need to like break through. We have a little bit of trouble in our defense. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of trouble in our goaltending. Mm-hmm. We need to address that. Mike Smith is an absolute fucking stud. Mm-hmm. Mikko Koskinen, I like the guy, but he's so hot and cold. He had 2 stellar games because Mike Smith got hurt. He had 2 stellar games, comes into that game against Philly, and he couldn't save shit. Dude, there are 3 goals that he absolutely should have had saved. 2 of them, he was behind the net, that he just like was out playing the puck, and he... See, those goals piss me off.
Mike Smith, the way they talk about Mike Smith, they talk about Mike Smith as being like a third defenseman on the ice. Because they're like, fuck, Mike Smith.
That's kind of rad.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mike Smith can play the puck so well that he can get out of the net, play the puck, and fucking throw it up to a winger.
Right.
Not even
make
pass
make a pass.
He can make a pass. Yeah. Not even pass it to a defenseman. He can pass it up to like a
forward,
a fucking winger.
Yeah.
And get a play going. So, and Darnell Nurse talks about that, where he's like, "Fuck, we take that for granted. The fact that he's able to play like
that's huge. A lot of goalies can't play like that."
Then you have Koskinen, where it's like, dude, just stay in the paint. You should not be leaving if the puck goes behind the net, let your D get it. Let your forwards get it, man. Like don't the play is so, if they ice the puck, fine, whatever, great.
Yep.
If the play is so far away from you and you have the opportunity to like maybe stop the puck and like
if you know that you can do it and you can make it, fine.
But don't be trying to do it every and I'm saying that as a guy who doesn't play fucking hockey and does like I can't. I mean, I'm sure I would fuck up and make a lot of the wrong decisions as well. But if we had like a Grubauer or a Carey Price, a Grant Fuhrer, there is no stopping the Oilers right now.
No.
Connor McDavid, dude, this is the point I was trying to make before when I was talking about sitting behind the bench. When you watch hockey from really high up and you're just watching them like skate around on the ice and stuff like that, that's one thing. When you're sitting at ice level and you're right there and you watch Connor McDavid jump off the bench and he's fucking gone, that's insane.
Totally.
The kid, didn't at one point, he can hit like over 100 kilometers on his skates or something. No, I don't know if that's true, but he can, that might be a little bit fast, 100 kilometers on skates. I don't know.
Speed skaters are like, we don't know how he does it. We're not sure.
I might be way embellishing that.
He's a superhero.
He's
basically
a fucking superhero. No, but like, do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Watching these guys,
you get a different appreciation for their athleticism.
God,
when you're that close, for sure, man. Being that close to somebody who is actually an elite athlete, and you're that far, like that close to them, dude, it's life changing.
It's not just him.
No.
It's all of them, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks because that Philly game, we lost it 4-3. I say we. They lost that game 4-3. They lost it because of Mikko Koskinen. Mm-hmm. If he hadn't...
Was that the one that Mike Smith got pulled halfway through?
No.
This is the save.
No. Mike Smith's been out for over a week at this point. We're hoping that
you were at the game where he got.
I was
hurt,
at the game. Yeah, I was at the game. Koski came in,
and you said, I remember you told me
we were
for
terrified.
what he did a pretty good job. That game.
That game, he was fine.
That game. You're he kind of had everything against him, and he kind of came. You said that he made some good shot, or like made some good saves, and like
was that the Ducks game? The Ducks game was
You've
really.
been to so many games already. I can't even keep track.
I've been to 3, right? So the Battle of Alberta game, Mike Smith was an absolute.
I think it was the Ducks game.
It had to have been because the first, it was the Ducks game for sure. It was the Ducks game
because
that game was messy as fuck.
Yeah.
So Smitty he let some soft ones in.
Do you think they're going to pick up another goalie?
I don't know.
Like, depending on what's going on with Mike Smith, like how long is he injured for and out?
He's supposedly supposed to be back by Monday.
Okay, good. Okay, well,
he's supposedly supposed to be.
If he's back,
he's skating with
and
the team.
He's doing well.
Yeah,
he might get you over that. Whatever whatever that bad juju you guys have right now.
For sure. My whole fucking thing right now is that they're not giving Skinner a chance. Why bring Skinner back up? Okay, cool. You're bringing Skinner up to like back up Mikko Koskinen.
Give him a chance.
This always happens.
Right.
Mikko starts, great, he wins a game. Mikko starts, great, he wins a game. So he's got 2 back-to-back games. Okay, that third start, Mikko is going to be a little bit tired.
Totally.
Or he's just not going to be on his fucking game because that's what happens every time. So in that game against Philly, I don't feel like Philly hasn't had a great start. I think that was their second win.
Yeah.
Was the Oilers.
Right.
And the only reason they won that game was because of Koskinen.
Right.
And the fact that they were able to sneak in some really fucking soft goals.
Right.
Had we maybe started Skinner, maybe Skinner would have been able to keep some shit out of the net. Mm-hmm. At least but like the problem being they're on this 5-0 hot start to the season. Okay. So Tippett's looking at that going, well, if I start Skinner and Skinner really fucks it up and puts us down like 3 goals in the first period, that's going to look like a horrible coaching decision.
What if it's the opposite?
But that's what happened.
This
first period ended 3-2 for Philly.
Yeah.
On Koskinen. So at that point, I had people texting me going,
bring a Skinner. Where's Skinner?
Literally, I was like, put Skinner in now.
And now
for the rest of the game.
This time of season is the perfect time to figure those kinks out.
Yeah. So it's like either way, we were gonna lose. I feel like we would have had more of a fighting chance going into the third and fourth because the guys managed to tie it up in the third, so it was 3-3. Nothing really. I mean, it was back and forth. The Oilers were the better team throughout the entire game. Mm-hmm. They did make a few mistakes here or there, but like the play, dude, Carter Hart won that game for Philly, and Mikko Koskinen lost the game for us. That's what happened. So it was really disappointing. I don't want to talk about the Oilers the whole fucking time. I just
feel like goaltending has been an issue for you guys repetitively. Oh my God,
dude, it's been an issue since Grant Fuhr.
Yeah, I can't remember like when, you know what I mean? Like it seems like that's always been kind of a soft spot for you guys.
Oh, 100%. It's too bad too because like there's been some times where we've had some really I think back to the days when we had Eberle, Halsey, and Nugent Hopkins, and like those were our elite players, and they couldn't make anything happen, like at all. Like there was those guys. They spent more time losing than they did winning, and they were all first round picks.
Yep.
And now Eberle's with Kraken. Mm-hmm.
Where's
believe
Nuge?
With Edmonton.
Oh, is he still there?
Dude, he just signed another big contract. Nuge will retire an Oiler.
Oh, okay.
100% Nuge will retire an Oiler, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. There's other people that are Oilers fans that disagree with that, and they think Nuge is kind of a plug, but I don't agree. I think Nuge
serves his purpose.
He serves his purpose, and he's serviceable. Like, he's a great player.
Totally.
And then Hall, he's in. He's in Boston now, I think.
Okay.
And I think he's having a great time. He's had a lot of rough years in terms of like teams he wound up with and like trying to
Taylor Hall.
I know, man. Like I feel bad. If anybody, I feel bad for Eberle and I feel bad for Hall because they got the short end of the stick when they were essentially kicked out, like just traded away for like, wow, my God. Oh my God. It makes you so angry because you're like, they were a first round pick and then we traded them for nothing. We didn't even build them up. We literally traded them for nothing because they couldn't build them up because the coaching staff was terrible. I think the group that we have right now, and I think the coaching staff, I don't like Gulletson, but that's the only person on the bench I don't like. Everybody else I think is great. Tippett is an awesome coach.
Nice.
Tippett, I think the boys really, really like being coached by him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really do. I'm not going on record saying fuck all when it comes to like finals, playoffs, Stanley Cup, whatever.
Totally fair.
But I feel like we have a very special team right now. And
I agree
feel
with you.
like we have an elite team.
And I feel like once you get going, you're not going to be stoppable.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I was really bummed about. I was like, oh man. I said to my friend, I was like, oh man. I was like, the 5-0 streak's over, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. He was like, 81-1 still sounds good. I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. 81-1. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Not that there. I mean, it would be really hard.
That would be amazing. Could you? That would be that's got to be a record.
I don't think a team has ever.
I don't even think a team's ever gotten what?
I don't think a team's ever gone 82-0. I don't think a team could 81-1. I think that'd be nearly impossible. Could you imagine playing 81, like winning 81-1, and then going into the playoffs? You'd be so fucking tired. But dude, there's people out there saying that Connor McDavid is gonna. He was on track in that like last season, the COVID season, like the 57 game.
Yep.
He was on track in that season to put up 150. I think they put him at like 156 points in an 82 game season.
Wow.
He's at they ran the numbers. His last 82 games, okay, there's people that say that and then they go, "There's no fucking way. Like he's not that good. He's not that good." His last 82 games that he's played, including this season, last season, and then a little bit in the previous season.
Right.
The amount of points he has over that 82 game span is 151 points. His last 18 games, he has 47 points.
That's crazy.
Alone, 18
Crazy.
games. Austin Matthews and Nathan McKinnon, their last 18 games combined, the two of them have 45.
Crazy.
The two of them.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't understand how anyone can even put those two in the same conversation. It's fucking the people that are just like Toronto Maple Leaf stands or like Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner stands, whatever, that are like, oh, Matthews is a better player than McDavid. No, he's not.
I think it's easy to say that about McDavid only for the simple fact, and it's not true at all, and I agree with you. I think that he could be maybe the best hockey player ever, but he is not on a winning team right now. And I think for a lot for a lot of other hockey fans, they can't take him seriously.
No.
And he could put up 7 million points in one game.
I know.
And people would be like, I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
He's not on a winning team. And I'm not agreeing with them at all.
No.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal, but I think he's easy to wipe off and not take serious when you're not on a winning franchise.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, if he was at the
but Austin, like the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't a winning franchise.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's like
but those fans,
they're ridiculous.
Those fans,
they are ridiculous, and that's fine. First and foremost, I'm a hockey fan.
Totally.
I am secondary to that. I'm an Oilers fan, and thirdly to that, I'm a St. Louis Blues fan, and then beyond that,
you have a couple teams, but
like I cheer
for the Flames,
whatever.
Once in a while, yeah.
But I am a hockey fan, and dude, it's like I don't understand how people can watch Connor McDavid play and not.
They don't. I bet you they don't even though.
I don't think that they do. I think they
so.
see highlights and they're like, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
From where he started with the Oilers, where it was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be like it was like. When he came into the NHL, it was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be a good player for sure.
Definitely.
To where he is now, dude, his trajectory is fucked. Absolutely fucked. No one plays the game the way he does. And no one in the NHL works as hard as he does to do it. Dude, it's insane.
I agree with you.
And
I think he's phenomenal. I've seen him make passes that I was like,
Not even just passes.
But I'm saying, like, he can spark magic
dancing.
from doing. Oh, for sure.
Just watching him dance.
Oh, just watching him skate. Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Dude, one of the goals he scored on Carter, it was goal number 2 in the Philly game. The goal he scored on Carter Hart, where he's not even looking. He's not look. If you're Carter Hart, he's not looking at you. He's looking to make a pass, and then as he's like making it look like he's making a pass, he's shooting it in between your legs, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" He's
so
not
smart.
Even looking at
It's
the
like
net.
misdirection. It's
Yes. He's a magician.
Look over. Yes.
Yes, he's literally a magician.
Yeah, yeah.
It's insane.
But to learn about the cues that a goalie looks for when receiving a shot,
Totally.
and then to purposely do something like that,
Oh, yeah.
to throw him off,
Dude, he's a poker player.
brilliant.
Yes. He's a
Brilliant.
He's a poker player, and he is consistently holding 4 aces. No matter what, he has always got you beat. He does make it's also kind of shitty that he is that much of an elite player, because watching him play, when he does make such a small mistake, it's astronomical in the eyes of the arena. If he accidentally turns over a puck, which I've seen him do many times, he'll just kind of mishandle a puck, which, dude, we're human. Everybody makes fucking mistakes.
Gretzky did that. He definitely did.
Oh my God, Gretzky probably mishandled the puck so many times.
Yeah,
it does. But when you're watching it and you're like, oh my God, here we go, McJesus, and he does something, he makes a mistake or whatever. It's just like, it's almost more devastating than if Cassian makes a mistake.
because he's
you're
being held to a certain level.
That's what I mean, and that's what I'm saying, that it almost sucks that because Mitch Marner on the Maple Leafs, he's going through a really bad slump right now. He's an elite player. Like he's being paid huge bucks to play for Toronto. He's an elite player, but he's in a dude, I don't think he's registered a point in these first however many games. Like Marner's going through a really.
It's not Babcock.
I don't think
I can't even say it. Babcock anymore.
I think. Is Babcock
he gone?
I don't
or is
know.
he still there?
I have no idea.
I
don't even want to look it up. I don't care.
He's stupid for leaving Detroit, but
But you see what I'm saying? Where it's just like, so Marner's held to that elite status too, and people are like, but like out of every player in the NHL, Connor McDavid is on a completely different stratosphere.
Yep.
He is held to such a level that's probably, I really hope at a certain point he doesn't hit like a massive slump. If like he hits like because he has
or gets injured.
I don't
like,
want.
No. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't even want anybody to be. But I'm just saying
For
that's
sure.
a possibility.
Dude, Sidney Crosby's gone through like 3 or 4 concussions. But like you look at Sidney Crosby's career, and like that dude, I just like you can't even. Again, it's so hard to compare McDavid to Crosby, because McDavid is like eons ahead of Crosby.
Right.
Already, like, I don't know. It's funny to say that, because I'm sure there's so many people out there that would disagree.
1,000,000%.
There's a whole bunch of people out there that are going to disagree.
Not saying
like Sidney
me,
Crosby's got
but there's
3
those Crosby fans that are like Maple Leaf fans.
Even if McDavid was on the Flames, even if he was on Vancouver,
but you're a hockey fan.
That's what I'm saying.
Why.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the difference.
I hate Vancouver, but God forbid if Connor McDavid was on Vancouver, I'd be flying to Vancouver to go watch Vancouver games.
Right. But that's the difference between you and the normal fan, I think.
I just love it's like Ghostbusters filming in my hometown. I feel very fortunate that happened, and that's another story I'm going to tell on a different podcast as we get closer to the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah,
because I had some really cool experiences on the set of Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I will talk about.
He played Slimer.
I played.
He had pizza hanging out of his mouth.
But I will never take for granted the fact that we got Connor McDavid. Edmonton got so lucky, and people rag on us as a team for that too, where we got so many. Like we did get a lot of like first round picks and like for a lot of years there, and I will never take that for granted. I will never take that for granted, because the fact that we got Connor McDavid is mind-blowing for one. The fact that we got Leon Draisaitl is mind-blowing. The team that we have, the team that we've had for a little while is like with those two, like the top two scorers in the NHL, like two of the most elite players in the NHL playing together, mind-boggling to me. They are Malkin and Crosby of our generation.
Yeah.
The fact that they're playing together, it doesn't make sense that we got them both. I will never take that for granted. The team that they have built around these guys, the team that is currently there right now with people will jeer and talk about the Keith pickup as being like one of the shittiest things that the Oilers organization or that Holland ever did. I disagree. Keith brings a lot of like mature kind of like defensemanship.
You need to have those older guys on a team in certain.
He's a natural leader. He was a natural leader in Chicago, and now he's a natural leader on the bench for the defensemen in Edmonton. We've needed that for a while.
Part of a strong team is that every team has that.
Exactly. I don't care if Keith is not putting up the same numbers he was putting up in Chicago.
He could be helping the team out in other ways.
Exactly. I want him to be mentoring Nurse to get to the point where Nurse is like the new Duncan Keith.
Yeah.
In the league. I want Nurse is already the top scoring defenseman in the league.
Mm-hmm. Dude, every time I hear anything, it's Nurse, McDavid, Nurse,
Draisaitl,
McDavid.
And then suddenly Cassian again.
Oh, and Cassian. Yeah.
Cassian's
those are like the main four that you ever hear about when you're listening to like an Edmonton game.
For sure.
Well, I'm regardless. I'm excited for Monday. I'm excited. Thank you for taking me.
Oh, of course.
By the way,
it's going to be
thanking you.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I really am excited. I'm excited to go to the game and to see the arena.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
We're going to film some stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the Oilers anymore. I want to do my
No, you do.
I do want to. I'll talk.
Stay tuned for our new channel, Oilers Talk.
Oh my God, I might have to start an Oilers podcast just for fun, or a hockey podcast.
Just a hockey podcast.
I might have to start a hockey podcast because this actually
get me the hell out of here and bring someone on who actually can talk hockey with you.
Yeah. I'm sorry I bored you for an hour.
Oh no, not at all.
I'm kidding.
No, not at all.
No,
I just wish that I was smarter in the sport so that I could offer more banter for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
I know some things, but like I'm not. I love hockey, love Flames, but I'm not even really. I don't pay attention like you do, basically.
Oh, and
I'm like very kind of relaxed.
Dude, I don't know.
My fandom.
Oh my God, I don't know hockey.
No, but you do. I think you don't give yourself enough credit. You do. You really do know
it.
a lot.
I know. I'll say that I know it better than you, but like I said before, I don't know it as so good as some of the other guys.
That's fair.
And I'm learning, and I want to know. That's the thing is like I don't know a ton of players. I don't know like most of what I know is just like the teams that I like and the kind of little bit I look into here and there. Dude, there's people out there that know every single player. They know everything that they're doing, and I'm just like I got movies to watch. Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
I got movies
fair.
And then I got a hockey game to watch every once in a while. But yeah, I'm really excited to go see that game. Also, if anybody watches this and wants to design me a Saskatchewan Crop Dusters logo that I can put on a jersey, I would be forever in your debt. That would be so funny, and I would fucking wear that. I would honestly wear that jersey everywhere. I would wear it to every game. That would be incredible. I want that so bad. I want to do
Dude, the shoulder patches could be combines.
Yes.
That would be sick.
Yes. Combines like
combines
chewing through wheat. Oh my God. I'm loving this jersey, and I'm not even from Saskatchewan. I just think I think that jersey would be so funny and would be amazing, and I think people would love it. And I want both. I want a home and away.
What about a Kansas City Bible Belters?
Where the crest is literally just an open Bible.
An open Bible with the page thing.
You subtly make it look like the Necronomicon without.
What is that?
From Evil Dead.
Oh, like the book.
Yeah. The book made of human skin.
Yeah.
You subtly make it look like the Necronomicon.
Creepy.
Oh my God,
that would
so
be
funny.
awesome.
That'd be so funny. Okay, let's wrap this up really quick. We will be back next week. This is coming out on a normal day, but we're going to shoot that on a normal day because we're not here on Monday. But thank you very much for watching this. oh my God, we didn't even talk about the Facebook Meta. Oh, Facebook changed its name to Meta. That was what we were going to talk about.
That's what you opened with. And now you're right into hockey. You're like, thank you for watching the Meta podcast. So hockey. It's all good.
Facebook changes his name to Meta. I don't care.
No.
No one cares.
Zuck creeps me out.
Yeah, he's weird. His
face creeps me out.
He has Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on his shelf behind him in his videos. Did you see that?
No.
People pointed that out yesterday, and they were like, "Why does he have Sweet Baby Ray's on his shelf?" And it's like not even turned towards.
Like, you don't put barbecue sauce on a shelf. You put
I think he's doing it on purpose because he likes to barbecue, and like it's just like a subtle thing. They're like, he likes to barbecue, but people are like pointing out and going, "Dude, you're dumb."
After hearing all the people, like the Facebook employees, step forward. Sorry, I know you want to go.
No.
But just hearing after hearing all the stuff, like that lady that released like 450 internal documents about them removing hate speech on their channel, and how he said that they take down 94%, and in actuality, all of her papers confirm that they take down maybe 4%.
Oh my God!
So like just the fact that he's like so purposely lying, and like I don't know, I haven't had Facebook in over almost like 8 years. But I do have Instagram, and now people will always point out to me Instagram's Facebook, you know, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but it's not the same concept, and I don't use it in the same fashion as I would Facebook, you know. So
yeah, I know it is what it is. So welcome to the new era of Facebook.
Meta.
Yeah. And well, they're not, but the thing is like the Facebook app isn't changing.
No.
It's just their company is not being called Facebook anymore. Now they're being called Meta. And it's like, dude, just work harder to become like a Bond villain.
Honestly.
Yeah. Like
when
he looks like a pale robot.
Yes.
Every day he gets closer and closer to being like a Bond villain. All of them do. Bezos, Musk, all of the billionaires, they get so much closer to becoming like
all white guys too.
Yeah, like just those like they're fucking Bond villains.
Yeah, they are, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you if you stuck around this long listening through my hockey diatribes. If you like hockey, we'll be back next week, and hopefully we won't talk about hockey as much. Maybe I will have to start a hockey podcast so that I don't talk about hockey on this one.
Oh, it's all good, dude.
Anyway, I'm Lincoln.
I'm ABomb.
We will catch you next week. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.